Okay, ladies, it's time to talk about getting in the mood. Have you ever noticed that maybe it's a little easier for a man to get in the mood than it is for a woman? Well, that could change for you if you start to understand the power of a woman's brain in the bedroom. There is some new research out about the science behind sex for women, and it will definitely give you something to think about. Joining us now is the man behind this groundbreaking research, author Dr. Barry Komisaruk. He's a professor of psychology at Rutgers University, and one of our sexperts is back with us, Rachel Braun-Scherl from Zestra. Good morning, Rachel. Welcome back.
Morning.
Good morning, doctor. Thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure.
Now, before we go on, I do want to mention to everybody out there, and here's the disclaimer, this topic is female satisfaction in the bedroom. While we definitely discuss it in a very PG manner, we realize some may find it a bit too much for morning TV, so there is your warning, folks. Now, doctor, you have written two very interesting books. They are, number one, The Science of Orgasm and The Orgasm Answer Guide. But your latest research is it's pretty groundbreaking, and it's something I've really never heard of, to be honest with you. Your studies have shown that women can actually think their way into sexual satisfaction to reach that big O. Really?
Well, I was very skeptical also. And with my colleagues, Beverly Whipple and Gina Ogden, we measured the women who claimed that they could have orgasms just by thinking alone. We measured their physiological responses when they had orgasms by thinking, that they claimed to, and when they had orgasms by genital self-stimulation. And the physiological responses and the brain responses are comparable.
They were equal, if you will.
Basically equal in the under the two conditions, each woman having orgasms either way.
How did you measure this, if I may ask?
We measured blood pressure, heart rate, the diameter of the pupils, which dilate during orgasm, and also the insensitivity to pain, which is a discovery that we made that during orgasm, women become insensitive to pain.
What were they thinking about, if I may ask?
I asked them.
Oh, I'm glad I can ask that.
Surprisingly, not everybody had erotic thoughts. Some thought of their lover whispering sweet nothings in their ear. Others thought about a pastoral scene of walking along a warm beach on a sunny afternoon. Others had more abstract imagery of thinking of energy coursing up and down the body to reach a peak.
One of the things we love about this research is that at Zestra, where we're always talking about female sexual satisfaction, the fact that Dr. Komisaruk's research is adding to that discussion and even getting women to think about it, literally to think about how important sexual satisfaction is really exciting to us.
This actually reminds me of that scene from the movie, you know where I'm going, right?
When Harry Met Sally.
When Harry Met Sally. I'll have what she's having. Doctor, going back to this research, so have we learned then that the brain drives the body, or does the body drive the brain? No, you're telling me that it's the brain driving the body.
Well, the brain can drive the body in some ways, and also the body certainly can drive the brain in certain ways. And for example, one of the very striking findings that we're seeing now is that certainly genital stimulation, self-stimulation, activates specific parts of the sensory part of the brain. But thinking about that stimulation activates the very same parts of the brain. So that means that the thought has a very powerful effect on brain activity, making it virtual sensory stimulation.
A virtual orgasm.
A virtual orgasm, okay.
But it's a real orgasm.
And I'll take your word for that. Rachel.
Well, I take the women's word for it.
Yes, that's right. For me, I think the first thing I would think of is it's hard sometimes for women to get, their heads in the game, if you will.
Absolutely, and we hear from women all the time, women who tell us that they use Zestra, which is a blend of botanical oils that could increase their sexual satisfaction. They say, I have so many things going on, and I'm a mom, and I have a career, and I have to worry about my house. I can't get my head in the game. So one of the things that we find is when they use Zestra, because there's such an immediate physical reaction, once their body's in the game, they feel like their head could follow. But they absolutely have to come together at some point for this experience really to be satisfying.
So if I'm understanding this correctly, doctor, I can kind of like turn it off, turn it on, and then turn it back off?
Probably.
Just by Thinking.
A regular day at the office.
We're being continuously surprised and impressed at how powerful thought can be.
You
in
have
the brain.
you have stunned me this morning, Doctor. Thank you so much. I keep on
pleasure.
asking myself, what would I think about? That's another segment. Rachel, thank you so much.
Good to see you.
I really appreciate Doctor. Interesting information. And if you want more information on Dr. Komisaruk, check out psychology.rutgers.edu. And for more information on Zestra, of course, go to zestra.com.
Today's show is brought to you in part by Zestra, a natural blend of botanical oils and extracts, clinically proven to enhance a woman's desire, arousal, and satisfaction. Experience the Zestra rush for yourself.